Hi everyone, welcome to this special online learning presentation of 10 front desk mistakes that cost you over $1,000 every week, what all health business owners and practice managers must know. Does this describe you? You're a current or future health business owner wanting to maximize the profits and productivity of your administration team. You realize the importance of excellent administration support, but you're too busy to do it, or you don't know how to train effectively your team. You may be a practice manager wanting to develop an exceptional admin team so you can get into the more important roles you have in the business. Or maybe you're a new health business owner, yet to employ your first admin support person and want to know the biggest mistakes other health business owners have made in admin support hiring so you don't make the same mistakes. You may even be a front desk team member wanting to make a real difference to the business you're employed by and you're keen to learn. Well, my promise to you, stick with me to the end of this presentation and I will show you how to avoid the 10 most common front desk mistakes and how they generally do cost you over $1,000 in lost income each and every week. I'll tell you how to take control of your admin team and ensure they produce greater profits to you and better experiences for each and every patient. And there's a special offer for those who watch the full webinar presentation, so make sure you stay to the end of the presentation. Now, a little housekeeping first, like I'd like to do with all of my presentations. Make sure you close the door and find a quiet spot to concentrate. Turn off your mobile phone, close your email program and don't check until after the webinar, and make sure you take out some paper and pen. I know as a fact, if you take notes, the retention of information will increase by more than 50% if you take notes as I speak. So make sure you write a lot of things down during the presentation. Now, before I start, it's worthwhile, in case you're a new Paul Wright listener, who you're actually listening to today. Well, basically my education as a health professional started as a physical education teacher back in the early 1980s. Now, I realised I couldn't work for myself in that capacity, so I ended up going back to Sydney University and graduating as a physiotherapist in 1990. I opened my first practice 12 months later, and over the next 20 years I opened, I think it was 10 multidisciplinary clinics in and around Sydney and the east coast of Australia. In my role as a health business owner, I employed and mentored physios, massage therapists, personal trainers, osteopaths, podiatrists, acupuncturists, dietitians, really sharing my hard-earned knowledge with my team. Now, over that time, I also employed a large number of admin support team, which I'll talk about during today's presentations. Now, as I got more into my business, I got more involved in the technical education of health professionals, lecturing at conferences and events around the world. But then I got more interested in business of healthcare. So I started marketing, attended seminars, read a huge number of books from the world's leading business minds. I even completed an advanced diploma in business management. Now, this training allowed me to progressively withdraw from my businesses, essentially letting them run without me while still making excellent profits. At one stage, I didn't even live in the same city as any of my clinics and visited them only a few hours each week. I preferred to spend time with the family and friends or working on other projects. Now, over the last few years, I've sold my remaining businesses for excellent prices, by the way, as I wanted to share and try and help more business owners in their quest for knowledge in terms of business education. I produced a wide range of business building DVDs, sessions on increasing profits, how to get out of your health business and have more life, hiring of health professionals, we'll talk about today, marketing essentials. I've also produced a range of business building materials, including the Practice Acceleration Program and the Ultimate Patient Attraction System, and more recently the Ultimate Front Desk Training System. I also work with a select group of one-on-one coaching clients where I personally mentor them to improve their businesses and gain back control of their lives, just like I'll help you do in today's webinar. Now, when you give up your time to listen to someone, it's always nice to think that they have some credibility behind them. So here's what a couple of people said about some of my materials. This from Cherie, a chiropractor. Why didn't I find this guy 15 years ago? I now know how to put everything into my practice to make my health business hum and start to realise the profits. And this came from a health business provider. Frankly, what Paul does to assist his customers in dealing with the challenge of health business ownership is quite exceptional. I've seen many people deliver these kind of seminars, but none have the same value of content that Paul willingly shares. And I'm going to try and share as much of that with you today. And as I've lectured around the world, we've been to Australia, New Zealand, UK, Canada. So everything I talk about today applies equally to all professions and to all businesses, health businesses around the world. So what's in today's presentation? Well, I'm going to tell you the true value of exceptional front desk team members and how most health business owners totally underestimate the importance of their front desk team. I'll give you the top 10 admin mistakes that cost your business over $1,000 each and every week and what to do about it. I'll share with you some of the most effective front desk scripts ever used in health businesses and how these scripts alone can dramatically increase your business profits. And if it's okay with you, at the end of the webinar, I'll tell you about a fantastic new program called the Ultimate Front Desk Training System, which this webinar is based on, and how this system can totally systematize your front desk training program so you can focus on the more important and profit generating parts of the business. So let's get started on the content. Well, firstly, who's to blame for poor admin team performance? Well, some of us, and I think when I first started my health businesses, blamed them. And I think the more I learnt about this, the more I got involved in business. Truly, the admin team member themselves are rarely the problem. One of my favourite expressions was the fish stinks from the head down. And that was a hard lesson for me. I realised if there was a problem in my business, my admin team, my therapy team, or anything else to do with the business, I had to accept 100% responsibility for it and I had to go about fixing it. So I'll tell you now, rarely is the problem your admin team member themselves. And really, why should it be? It's not their fault if they do some things wrong. We'll talk about the mistakes today. It's rarely their fault because as health business owners or practice managers, we rarely train them correctly. We recruited poorly. We might have got someone who just wasn't suited to that role. We might have no effective monitoring of their performance. But in fairness to you, as the owner or practice manager, you might have no training in this aspect of the business either. Now, the 10 mistakes I'm about to describe to you are a combination of errors made by front desk team members, but also by practice owners and practice managers who fail to train and educate their front desk team members correctly. So let's get to mistake number 1. Well, I alluded to this one already. The classic, the biggest front desk mistake, and the one that I made a clanger on, was not appreciating the importance of exceptional front desk team members. And when you think about how most health businesses evolve, and mine was a classic, I initially, when I started my health business, I didn't have admin support at all. And then I might have put a part-timer on, my wife did a little bit, my mum did some, the husband of the owner might do some. It comes on as such a flippant addition to the business that it's no wonder we come unstuck because we haven't appreciated how important that role is. Now, there might have even been an ex-patient who just, they can do a few hours, let's put them on. I once had a part-time massage therapist who said she could do some admin hours, so I just gave her the job. She said she can answer the phones, and I thought it was great. She could answer the phones and do some massages as well. So I employed people without an idea or a thought about how important that position was. And then they might have had no specific skills in it. I mean, I just wanted somebody who could answer the phone who had basic computer skills. But I didn't do anything more than that in terms of their training. And the other thing, could they start work immediately? Now let me give you the facts about effective admin in dollars and cents terms. So this is scary for all health owners and practice managers, so brace yourself for what's about to come. Let's say one of the key roles of admin is to prevent non-attendance. So prevent someone making an appointment not turning up. Now get this, did you know that one patient per day per practitioner in a 2-person clinic costs over $35,000 per year? So if just one patient doesn't attend per day for a 2-therapist clinic, that's going to be $35,000 a year down the drain. Now, what can we do about it? Well, maybe that admin person, if they're better trained, could prevent that non-attendance by developing better rapport with the patient, reminding the patient how busy you are, and again, your importance and how they've got to attend that consult. Maybe reinforcing your cancellation policy more firmly or directly. Maybe supporting the recommendations made by the therapist in terms of the rebooking plan. So there's a lot of things that the admin team can do to prevent this non-attendance. But again, if we haven't trained them in this and we just put someone in who's a part-time massage therapist who can answer the phones, that's going to cost us $35,000 a year if that happens. What about this one? One of the main jobs of admin is to keep the customer satisfied. That's a very important role of the front desk. Did you know that one lost customer who attends 10 times per year could cost over $700 a year or $2,800 over their lifetime if we mucked it up? If a complex work cover client could cost us $2,000 per year if they weren't satisfied and went somewhere else. Now, just if one patient is lost per week, it could cost your business over $100,000. So one of the major roles of admin, keep the customers satisfied, because if they drop off, it's very, very expensive to your business. Now, how can they do that? Maybe by picking up that a client isn't happy with their progress. You know, ask them how they're going, and if they found they're not happy, then getting to that before it becomes an issue and they change providers. Maybe mentioning a new seminar or a program that's coming up. Maybe just simply remembering the client's birthday or making a big deal out of it, making them feel special. Asking about their recent holiday or how the ill child is getting on. Those things all contribute, and they're all done by front desk to keep that client satisfied. 100 grand a year at least. What about managing accounts? Did you know, get this, failing to ensure correct paperwork was filled out on one work cover client could cost $550 a month. Sending one account to the wrong address could mean a cash gap of $2,000 for 3 months. Now, that exact scenario happened in my business. I had a work cover client from overseas, from USA, who was getting treated in the asset Leonard's practice, who we were sending the invoices to just the American address but with a local postage stamp. So we hadn't got on and fixed that system, so we didn't get paid for months. We had to finally corrected it, but it was 6 months before we got paid. Now, I could have jumped up and down at the admin person who got it wrong, but it was my fault. I should have fixed that. So it's very important. Managing the accounts adds up to a lot of money in your health business if it's done poorly. What about converting inquiries? Did you know getting one client who's borderline to come to your business could net $700 a year at least? Just one person rings up with an inquiry if they're not handled correctly. Now, converting 4 borderline clients per week could net your business an extra $120,000 a year. So it's vital your front desk team know how to convert inquiries. And I'll give you a 4-word script that has made my clients and I over $5 million in revenue in today's webinar. Now, even getting back to the caller quickly once they leave a message. Now, appreciate the importance of that call and the pain that person's in. Now, again, that's just being about a great front desk team member. It can make you a lot of money. What about increasing rebookings? Did you know getting 2 patients to rebook who are undecided could make an extra $140 per day or $37,000 per year? That's the patient who comes out the front and ums and ahs about whether they're rebooking. Now, hopefully you've got a better system than that. But if you haven't, if your front desk don't do it well, 37 grand a year for just 2 patients a day. That's a ridiculous amount of money. So sales skills are vital in the admin role. What about increasing availability? Just by your admin team freeing up the time for you and your other therapists to see clients. So being more efficient, taking on a lot of the burden, unloading you from some of the things you might be doing at the moment. Now, that can make the practice an extra $140 an hour. Again, getting the therapist and you, if you're the consultant, getting back seeing more patients instead of doing things that you shouldn't be doing. So helping you and your therapist see one more client in a 2-person clinic can make you over $37,000 a year. So add these things up. What about contribution to sales? If your admin team sell $50 worth of products a day that wouldn't have been sold, that's 20 grand a year. So that, again, a massive impact on your business. What about a happy and harmonious workplace? Front desk helps keep everyone happy, keeps the vibe of the place going. If an admin team gets frustrated and leaves due to lack of training, that could be 10 grand in training and lost income to get that person replaced. What about if a therapist leaves? 75 grand. Now, the admin is the link between the owner and the therapy staff, and they're also the link between the patients and the therapist. So you've got to look after your admin team. So bottom line, the admin team is very, very important. An exceptional front desk employee compared to a poor front desk team member can conceivably help earn over $200,000 a year to the business. Now, in promotion for my webinar for this presentation, I conservatively said the mistakes that I'm going to outline today can cost you over $1,000 a week, so 52 grand a year. But can you see that's a gross underestimate of the true value of good admin support? And multiply that the more therapists you've got. Bottom line for number 1 mistake. You have to appreciate how important your admin team is to your success and understand that in your hiring processes, wage negotiation and staff training. Let's look at mistake number 2. How about this one? Your admin team using poor scripting and ineffective word choices. Now, the words your team use can make or break your business. A quick word on scripts. So I do this a lot, and some of the people I speak to say, well, the admin team might say, I don't like to be scripted. And therapists say the same thing. Now, that's okay if what they're saying is great, but rarely is that the case. Most of your admin team actually use scripts anyway. Most just don't know they're using them. A couple of scripts you've got to have. For example, the answer the phone script. You must have one. Thanks for calling XYZ Healthcare. This is Mary. How can I help you? You must train this so that happens automatically. Some clinics don't even have a script like this in place. I rang a clinic once and the admin person answered the phone with, "Yep." Now, I rang another clinic last week. The phone was diverted to the mobile phone of the admin person during the lunch break. The admin team was off the front desk. They were having lunch. It diverted to the admin person's mobile phone, which is bad enough. But then she didn't answer the phone. It went to her message bank. It said, "Hi, this is Susie's phone. Leave a message." I actually thought I rang the wrong number, so I tried it again, and I got the same message. Now, what sort of image does that present to your potential clients wanting to get treatments from a great health professional? You've got to be better than that. Now, the other script you must have, it's the how much is a physio, chiro, massage consult script. Now, and it happens all the time. Someone rings up and asks for the price. Firstly, never give the price. Okay, listen, never give out the price first up. Now, would you like to know the 4-word script that has made me and my clients millions of dollars, but is also the best admin script for not only this inquiry, but also any other call you get at front desk? What do you know about knees? Do you treat old people? How long is the wait to see someone? Do you sell orthotics? It's the universal script for any of those inquiries. And simply the 4 words, what have you done? It's ridiculously simple. If anyone rings about any of those queries, they're not asking that question typically. Their main question is, can you help me? By simply then saying, well, what have you done to the inquiry, they will tell you what they've done, and then you can work out, can you help them or not? So you've got to get that. If that's all you do today after today's call, put that script in for almost everything at front desk. It'll pay you dividends straight away. Now, a couple of other scripts. You must have a cancellation script for when the patient calls to cancel. You must have a therapist busy script for when the caller rings to make an appointment but the therapist's not available. Now, my classic story of this, I was at one of my practices once, the phone rings. I was in the back office, but I could always hear front desk. That was one of the key things, always listen to front desk. And the phone rang and the front desk team member said, oh, sorry, no, he's fully booked. Thanks for calling. And that was the end of the conversation. And the front desk person knew that I was there, knew that I was listening, and very quickly her head appeared around the corner. It wasn't very good, was it? I said, no, it wasn't a great script, so let's work on that. Now, I could have blown up about it, but instead we laughed about it and we fixed it. What's a better script? Oh, Paul is fully booked this afternoon. However, I can get you in with Peter at 2 o'clock. Paul's going to be here at the same time so we can let Peter know what's happening. That way we can get the problem sorted immediately. How's that sound? Again, it's just a different script. So essentially, and especially that worked really well if the admin person opened the conversation with what have you done before even saying I was busy. Bottom line, fix your admin scripts. Place yourself close to the front desk so you can hear what's happening, and phone your clinics constantly with a different voice if you can. You've got to know what's happening at your front desk, and you have to train the team as a priority and be constantly improving and modifying the scripts. Failure to do so, absolute recipe for disaster. I can guarantee you that. Front desk mistake number 3, poor time management. Now, this is costing you hours and hours of time and your front desk, and that's time you are paying for. Some of the classics: poor prioritization, not having clear expectations, not having checklists, letting the team spend half the day on social media and email. Again, these are things that you have to fix as the health business owner. And my biggest time management secret is getting your admin team to do jobs they do not fully understand or are not competent in. You have to outsource those things and get the right person for the job. So to fix this, you have to give your team clear prioritization of tasks. They have to know what's the most important thing for them. So let them know what the priorities are. Encourage them to come to you if they're not going to get a set task done in time. Set deadlines for task completions. I mean, my admin team always knew that I just added task after task to their list. It would simply matter if something would come, I would pass it off to them. Now, but they also understood, they knew that was my style. I just add it to their list. I'd delegate it, get this done. But they also knew very clearly that if the list got too big and they weren't going to get it done, and they knew what the priorities were, they had to come to me immediately. And we'd get them help. We'd put someone else on. We'd delegate to someone else. So again, you have to let them understand the prioritization, what you want done and by when. And also let them know it's not a reflection on them. I made my team very aware that that was just simply how my business and how I worked. They knew that that was what I was like, and they knew that I wanted them to tell me if they needed help. So give them prioritization of tasks. Give them clear expectations, and you must have checklists. I'm a massive fan of checklists in business. It's because you don't want them relying on their memory. I mean, my classic, I had a 4-step front desk checklist for every new patient that came in. For every new patient that arrived, my front desk team, for all new patients, knew they had to go over the cancellation policy. They had to mention that the new patient was going to be booked multiple consults in advance if the therapist thought they could help them. They had to be told about the referral program, that we expected them to be referring to us, and that they were going to be expected to do a patient feedback form at the end of the consult. Now, the admin team had to check these items off for every new patient, so that they just knew that that's the things they had to do. It was a system, so we didn't rely on the memory of the front desk team. Bottom line, your job is to help your team succeed. Do that with clear expectations, checklists, and training. Front desk mistake number 4 is your admin team having ineffective and poorly trained communication skills. Now, your admin team are professional communicators, and they need skills in handling difficult people, in conflict resolution. They are professional communicators. Okay, which is why I'd always employ someone with exceptional people skills over someone that had worked in a health business for 5 years in the back office. Okay, now it depends what you want them for. Do you want them to be the front desk shining light of your business, or do you want them to be in the back office getting lots of work done? It depends what you're employing them for. Make sure you set the expectations. They've got to be great at first impressions, great eye contact, a firm handshake. I love admin team getting out from behind the counter to greet the new patient. Sit next to them in their waiting room when they're filling in the new patient paperwork. That's incredible rapport building. If you're on the phone, asking the person for permission to be put on hold. Well, I rang the tax office not long ago, and the person at the tax office, and I was an irate taxpayer, as I'd expect to be, I rang the tax office, and the tax office person on the phone was incredible. Incredible customer service. Asked me if it was okay to put me on hold. Then apologised for putting me on hold when they got back to the call. Now, as I said, that comes back to employing the right people at front desk. In my early years, I wanted an admin person with great computer skills and good with numbers. Now, I realised quickly that what I needed was a professional communicator. Even better if they'd had experience in face-to-face selling and interaction with clients. So bottom line, employ good communicators. Train them on rapport building, phone systems, scripts, and dealing with difficult people. You'll be rewarded incredibly for your efforts. Front desk mistake number 5, an absolute lack of accountability and measurement for admin team performance. Now, I've been working with lots and lots of health professionals for a long time, and if they're good, they will have some measurements for their therapists. They might be tracking some of the therapist numbers, and if they're good, they'll have a monthly key performance index, a KPI report meeting. Now, having said that, very few of those businesses have any of these KPIs in place for their admin team, which is a fundamental mistake. You're getting this most important person in the business, but not measuring, calculating, and rewarding their performance. Your admin team need clear and measurable KPIs like all team members. I'll give you some examples of some we've used in our businesses. One of my favourites is utilization rate, which is simply what percentage of the diary is fully booked each week. Now, it can be done on a per therapist, per clinic basis, but it's basically giving the admin team the responsibility to fill the book. And you're measuring that. You're expecting, for example, you might say, well, this week we're expecting 80% utilization. So if there's 100 spots, 80 are going to be filled. Like, that's the expectation. So you've got to measure it. And once you measure it, you can start coordinating it and training it and fixing it in case there's a problem. A couple of other KPIs for admin. It might be a daily or weekly product sales KPI. You might be expecting your admin team to sell a certain amount of stock. So product sales. You might have a situation in some of your businesses like the guys I work with. We have a recommendation of number of consults. So if someone has a consultation, and we recommend 4 in that first consult. So they have to book 4 sessions after that. Now, the therapist's done the job, they've recommended 4, but then the admin job is to book those 4. So one of our KPIs is what percentage of recommendations were booked. So it's a simple measurement of how the admin team is responding to the therapist's recommendations. Some other ones, you might even give total clinic billing as a KPI. Billing per admin hour is a good KPI, what you bill per hour of admin support. One of the KPIs I like is admin wage as a percentage of gross. And I'll tell you now, you'll struggle, I've found in business, if your admin wage gets over 10% of gross. So again, you have to be aware of that. You might have specific task completion KPIs. You might have a goal of 80% of new clients to give their email addresses, and you'll give them a script for that. You'll track and measure that, and your reward or consequence. You might have 100% completion of new patient checklist items, the 4 items I talked about before. One of my KPIs from my team, 100% of new patients explained those 4 points. You might have a key performance indicator of a cancellation with no booking percentage. So if someone rings and to cancel an appointment, what percentage of those calls are actively rebooked then and there? Now, one of my private clients sets a goal of no more than 5 cancellations per week that don't make a rebooking at the time they made the call. So measure, test, train, measure, test, train. Bottom line, measure performance against set targets, and one of my favourite expressions, what you can measure, you can manage. But also, what you measure improves. Just by saying you're going to measure utilisation, it will improve it. And train your team to achieve these benchmarks. Help them succeed. Front desk mistake number 6, failure of admin team to support the marketing and pricing structure of the business. Now this is a tough one because this comes back to the price sensitivity of your therapist and your admin and even yourself as the owner or practice manager. And it raises a lot of issues about money. But truth be known, the issue of money in a private practice and our relationship to it can make or break a health business. Your admin team play a vital role in this aspect of the business. Now the job of the admin is to ensure that all clients book the number of consults recommended by the therapist. It might be to order the product the therapist recommended, again to ensure the best outcome for the client, regardless of the cost of the client. This is hard line, but once again, as I've said in some of our presentations before, the financial status of the client is not your concern, and it's also not the concern of your admin person. Now, I know it sounds hard line, but it's the truth. If you believe in your product and you believe they need 4 consults and orthotic, then that's what you believe, and you have a job to try and get that outcome achieved, to get the best outcome for the client. Interesting enough, in a coaching call with one of my private clients last week, he was telling me about how he didn't order his client 2 pairs of orthotics, even though the client needed them. So he only ordered 1 pair. At least he did that, but he should have ordered 2 pairs. He said, well, I didn't because now he didn't think that the client could afford 2 pairs, so he didn't even give the patient a choice. And so he just failed to offer the 2-pair option. And I said to him at the end of the call, oh, by the way, can you fax me over your financial planning qualifications, just my records? He laughed, but he got the message. Your admin team are the same. They must support your recommendations and treatment plans at all times. Remember also, you're not your client, so your admin team is not the client either. So just because you don't think the $600 pair of orthotics represents great value, doesn't mean the client feels the same way or should feel the same. Now, tip for admin, and owners need to make your admin team understand this. It's as hardline as it may seem. Your admin team must appreciate the true value in what your therapy team deliver in each and every session. If they don't see the value, then they are a liability to the business. Now, your job as the owner or practice manager is to impart this knowledge and information onto your admin team and make them aware of the power they have when discussing price and all things money. They also have an incredible role they have in marketing. You must let your admin team know about your marketing activities. The number of times a business owner has done a great promotion but hasn't told the admin about it, and the offer comes through and they don't know what to do about it. So you have to set up the admin, set up the marketing process, get your admin involved in it, and script them and teach them what's going to happen. Bottom line, help the admin team understand their role in your business success and the need for you to be profitable. Okay? There's no escaping it. They also need to understand how their values can influence the client's buying behavior. Front desk mistake number 7, failure to appreciate their role in product sales. Now, we've touched on it in KPIs and other sections, but your front desk has a vital role in encouraging product sales. Now, you must include a stock sale KPI in your admin team performance criteria. Remember, what you can measure, you can manage. You have to have expectations and they have to understand their role in product sales from day one. Now, Mark Gillum, who's the co-creator of our Ultimate Front Desk training system, he's got a private practice in New South Wales, sets very clear expectations on the sales role of his admin team from the first day they start in the clinic, and he trains them accordingly. Interesting enough, another great tip from Mark, in every in-service he does with his therapist and admin team, he always includes a product that relates to and will benefit the patient. So the team know that every patient who attends Mark's clinic with neck pain, for example, will be sold a new pillow. So even if the therapist neglects to sell the pillow, the admin team will say, did Mark recommend the pillow for your neck? So again, they're supporting each other in the business. The admin team should also be supporting structured promotions for product sales. It might be Mother's Day gift vouchers. And comments such as, has your therapist booked your gait scan for your computer foot assessment? Have you seen these new foam rollers? Again, a structured conversation. Bottom line, get the admin team involved in product sales from day one. Teach them the different products you sell and set KPIs for each admin for this item. Front desk mistake number 8, failure to effectively manage the appointment book. Now, we've talked about the KPI of utilization rate. Whether it's managing cancellations, waiting list management, making priority appointment slots, your admin team, they are the absolute guru of the appointment book. So they really are where the rubber hits the road in your business. And my favorite analogy of this, which you should let your admin team know about, is the aeroplane analogy. And once the plane takes off, the empty seats can never be filled. What does that mean for your health business? At the end of the day, the admin team need to appreciate that any spot that wasn't full with a patient was missed opportunity and missed income. Okay, so they've got to appreciate their job is to fill the plane by the end of the day to make sure that each and every available appointment slot was full. Then and only then have you got a massively profitable business. Now, one way to do that involves managing cancellations effectively. Now, we could do a full webinar on cancellations. However, the role of the admin team is to reduce cancellations at all costs. Now, this may be by the words they use. Something like, oh, Paul's very busy next week, so I'll book you that follow-up time now. Just the simple words, Paul is very busy next week, or Paul is very busy, gives the patient the impression, rightly or wrongly, that I'm important, that I'm fully booked, and they need to make that time now or they won't get a replacement spot. And they're unlikely to cancel it. It might involve the admin team supporting the therapist more. So just saying, oh, Paul is great with knees, he'll fix that for sure. So again, that reinforcement, and you have to believe it, or the admin team has to believe it, but that's about them understand the value you create. So they should all be patients of yours, by the way. Your admin team should all be clients of the practice. Their family should all be clients of the practice. It's just saying something like, Paul is great with knees, he'll fix that for sure. Now, other things, making sure that the new client is fully aware of the cancellation policy. That was one of my checklist items. Make sure they follow the cancellation script and protocol every time. So basically, the admin team's doing everything they can to avoid the dreaded cancellation with no follow-up appointment call. Now, do not leave these situations to chance. It's not fair on the admin person if you aren't training them to do this better. You're setting them up for failure, and which is costing you thousands of dollars each year. And more importantly, you're not giving your patients the optimal chance to get a great outcome. Now, it might be waiting list management. As I said, what to say when the books are full. My story of my admin person at the front desk. Now, that was my fault because I hadn't fixed the waiting list management. It might be about priority or prioritizing appointment slots. So a tip for you. The admin team might manage your appointment book well by scheduling clients who can attend at non-peak times in non-peak times. You have someone who can come any time during the day. The last thing you want is for admin to schedule them at a peak slot. So the admin team have to appreciate their role is to get the people who can attend in non-peak times into the non-peak slots, which frees up the times for your peak people to come in. Now, a key tip, for every new patient who calls your clinic to make an appointment, get your admin team to ask, who can we thank for referring you to us? So who can we thank for referring you to us? Now, if they're self-referred, if they say, oh, no one, I've found you in the elevators or I was walking past, your admin team must very quickly be aware they have to get that person into the clinic as soon as possible. They are a very high risk of cancellation or no-show because they're self-referred. They're just as likely. They might have walked in off the street. Who referred you to us? Oh no, I just saw your sign. If you say to them, if your admin team says, oh, we can see you in the week after next, they're going to leave there. They might make their time, but they'll walk out and find someone else, no question. And they may ring and cancel, they may not, but they just won't show. Now, the difference being if they are referred by another professional. So let's say Dr. Smith sent me, I've got a written referral here. Now, I'm still not saying you shouldn't get that person in quickly, but the admin team can appreciate that person has a longer wait time because you've already got an established relationship. So they may tolerate a small wait. Don't make it any longer than you have to, but you certainly do not want to be putting off the person who walked in self-referred. The sooner you can get them in, the better. Now, there is a double-edged sword of that because you do want to be looking after your referred people as well as best as you can. So if you get to the stage where your waiting list is too long, you need to be looking at staffing changes. Okay? But again, just be aware there are different types of patients. Your admin team, if they understand the different types of patients, again, can help you fill the appointment book. So again, pointing out how important your admin team is, even by informing you that your waiting list is long, you need more staff. How's the numbers going? Getting lots of these walk-ins, a lot of that signs working really well. Again, the important role your admin team play in this whole organisation. Don't neglect it. Front desk mistake number 9, not maximising their role in generating referrals. I think one of the most untapped resources in all health business is the front desk team members' ability to generate referrals from existing clients. Now, we all know that health professionals are not great at this. They're sometimes not even willing or able to do it. But for some reason, the therapists are reluctant to ask for referrals from their clients. As silly as that is, they may not want to appear desperate or think the patient will refer. They think they'll refer anyway if they're happy. They might think it's below them. So in some cases, if not all cases, the best person to be in charge of the referral program is the admin team, as long as they're well trained. Now, this whole program comes down to one key question, and this question can make you millions as well. Question is, which all your front desk team now need to ask, how's the treatment program going with insert therapist name? So how's the treatment program going with Paul? Now that's often asked in general conversation anyway, so it's something your front desk are probably used to asking. But the difference is this question is now part of a structured conversation, because if the patient replies, oh, he's fabulous, I'm going so well, the admin team simply follow up with, well, we're so pleased you're happy with your care and your progress. If by chance you have any family or friends who have a problem and would benefit from our help, please get them to give us a call, and then hand the client a few cards or a clinic brochure. That's a very soft referral approach, but it gently lets the client know that referrals are expected and appreciated. Now, you'd think the therapist would do that when they analyse the patient and they have great progress, but they usually just don't do it. So you've effectively made the admin team member an active part of your referral campaign. And best of all, this is free marketing. It's money for jam. It's sitting there in your waiting room now, waiting to be tapped into. Now, you can set KPIs for this. There's one chiropractor I know who expects each of his admin team members to refer 2 of their friends, family or acquaintances to his clinic each month. And he tracks it. Again, he's made sure his admin team understand their role in generating clients for the clinic. And really, if the admin person truly appreciates the skills of the therapist, then 2 referrals a month is not much at all. And it gets the admin team thinking about who can they refer. So it's a golden strategy. So you make sure your front desk team are always asking, how's the treatment session going with such and such? And also, if by chance they're not going well, you want to know that anyway. And they might tell the admin when they won't tell you. So bottom line, train your admin team in this vital step. Make them aware of their role in the referral process and measure their performance. And front desk mistake number 10, which probably links its way through every mistake we've done so far, a lack of formal and structured admin team training. And without doubt, this is my biggest mistake in healthcare ownership. I spent a large amount of my time training the therapist, and I spent way more time with my therapist than I did in admin. If I had my time again, I'd reverse the numbers. I would spend more time hiring, training, recruiting front desk than I ever would spending on therapists. Because again, think about the multiples. If you've got multiple therapists, the time you spend training each of them and the number of contacts they have with patients is vastly less than the number of contacts your front desk team have with your people. So again, get into your admin team training as a priority. How much time? Well, as much as you can. We do at least 2 sessions a week. Okay, and when to start? I prefer my guys to start training their admin team before they even begin at your clinic. So send them your systems manual, your scripts, marketing materials, get them involved in the practice before they even turn up. And when to stop? Well, never. You train, and keep training your admin team. Question I get a lot from business owners, yeah, I've done all that, Paul, but what if you spend all this time and money training them and they leave? Well, those that have heard any of my talks, what's the alternative? You don't train them and they stay. It's a very, very poor alternative. So train your admin team as a priority. Spend as much time as you possibly can with your admin team, fixing the scripts, fixing the protocols. You will be rewarded thousands of times over when you do it well. So where to now? Well, we've done 10, or I could have done 1,000, but there were 10 front desk mistakes that are costing you over $1,000 every week. And I think from what you've seen, it's very, very conceivable your admin team are costing you a lot of money. So firstly, set up some definite KPIs for your admin team. So get them to be measured, pick some KPIs from what we talked about today, and start controlling and measuring their performance, just like you do hopefully for your therapist. Fix the poor scripts. Identify what they are. Listen at front desk to what they're saying often. What are they frequently saying? What are the common questions they're getting? Help them be successful. You have to ensure all admin team members understand how important they are to the success of your business. And as I push multiple times, train your admin team continually with structured content and great enthusiasm. Well, that's all great in theory, but have you ever had these frustrations as a health business owner or practice manager? You don't have the time to spend on training your admin team and creating the materials for these sessions. You don't know exactly what to include in the training sessions. Or you've done some training and admin training, but the admin team member then left and you felt that it was wasted. Well, fortunately, there is a solution. It's the ultimate front desk training system, how to maximize the profits and productivity of your health business administration team. Now, my fellow presenter and program co-creator Mark Gillum is the founder and director of Private Practice Success Group. And between Mark and I, we finally pooled our 50 years of collective experience in health business ownership and front desk training to create this incredible program. Now, the whole program was based around a one-day seminar Mark and I conducted with a room full of front desk team members, practice managers and owners. And we recorded the event and produced the program around the video and audio footage we took that day. Now, I think we all now appreciate that just one well-trained front desk team member can add up to $200,000 per year to your health business. We also know the majority of health business owners are too busy or don't have the knowledge to effectively or correctly train the front desk team to handle these challenges they're confronted with. This lack of training, we know it leads to poor productivity, lost income, high cancellation rates, high staff turnover, low morale and missed opportunities. Now, this done-for-you front desk program is guaranteed to increase profits, reduce cancellations, fill empty appointment book times, and improve the productivity of your admin team absolutely immediately. So what exactly is included in the ultimate front desk training system? Well, there's 4 DVDs in the package to begin with. DVD 1 is the role of the front desk team member and communication skills. This allows your front desk team member to fully appreciate the importance of their role in the business and how to communicate effectively with all clients that come into contact with your business. DVD 2, we go through developing rapport, time management, and dealing with difficult people. How to ensure your front desk team members can make your clients feel important and special. How they can get more done in less time and how to relate effectively with different personality types. DVD 3 is about marketing and their role in the sales process. Now, this session guarantees your admin team understand and appreciate their importance in the marketing of your health business and gives them steps and strategies to increase consultation numbers in your practice. No longer is this important function left up to just you. DVD 4 is about managing the appointment book, cancellations, and key performance indicators. Your front desk team are the be-all and end-all of your appointment book. Now, in this session, your team will learn how to fill the appointment book with ease, prevent no-shows, and reduce cancellations. There's also a comprehensive analysis of key performance indicators your admin and therapist team can use to measure performance. Now, along with the DVDs, we know people learn in different ways. There's also 8 audio CDs. Also, those sessions are also in MP3 formats. You can put them on their iPods. There's also a written transcript of the sessions, so your team can learn in multiple ways, so that they can choose DVD, audio CD, MP3, or written transcript to get the information they need to be great as a front desk superstar. Now, what information will your team get in this training program? Well, here's just some of the things. We'll talk about how to get your admin team to take ownership of their role in the organisation and work tirelessly to grow your business. We'll cover the 14 critical mistakes made at front desk that are costing you thousands of dollars every day. We'll go through the 10 essential non-verbal communication skills that can develop instant rapport with even the most difficult clients. We'll tell you how to increase front desk sales by over 20% in less than 7 days using our 10-step formula. Some other things. There's the 9 key responsibilities of your front desk team and how failure to train these areas can cost you over $200,000 a year. The common admin question that immediately gets your clients offside. How your admin team asking one simple question can increase income by over 20%. 8 ways your admin team can make new clients feel instantly welcome. The 6 common mistakes their front desk team that makes your patient feel totally disrespected. The 4 biggest time wasters. The 7 reasons most often used to explain lack of productivity. We will include the 3 most successful admin checklists, 4 key strategies for dealing with difficult clients, 10 ways to reduce cancellations, 4 ways to reduce outstanding debt. So again, we've also got the biggest single reason a front desk member gives for leaving your health business and how to never have this expensive and painful experience again. What else is included in the pack? Well, there's a bonus audio CD with my good friend Steve Jensen, a master communicator, on successful selling for health professionals. Now, this 60-minute audio presentation basically gives your team the essential skills to be effective salespeople in your organisation. He's done another session for me, professional communication skills that will make you a fortune. Now, in this session, Steve outlines the essential communication skills your front desk team need to grow your health business, as well as a complete analysis of how to effectively deal with and manage different personality types. There's another bonus DVD and CD about my Practice Acceleration program, 12 Steps to Great Health Business in 42 Days. And there's a bonus audio CD, how to ethically increase profits from your health business. Now, one of my favourite parts of the package is a comprehensive data disk. It's got a selection of documents, spreadsheets, resources that will greatly increase the value of the program to your front desk team productivity and profitability. One of the key resources and one of my favourite parts of the program is a PDF version of the Fill in the Blanks course manual. Now, this is a 30-page document you print off for each of your current or future team members. They have to go and fill in the blanks as they watch and complete the program. It's a vital part of the whole system. So simply print off the manual, give it to your front desk team member, get them to watch the DVDs or listen to the CDs, and they bring that manual back to you completed and filled in. The manual's got great things they have to answer. It's like list the 10 key responsibilities of a great front desk team member. List the 8 ways you communicate, or list the 8 ways you contribute to the profitability of the business. List 6 non-verbal communication methods you can use to gain trust. List the 4 rules for dealing with difficult people. List the 2 ways front desk team members can undermine the pricing strategy. List the 10 secrets of being a great salesperson. Describe the 4 ways to reduce bad debt. So again, the admin team gets to complete this 30-page document, bring it back to you for analysis. It's an incredible part of the program, and you can use it over and over again for current and future team members. Some other great resources on the data list. There's bonus admin scripts and cancellation protocols. So a selection of the best and most effective front desk rebooking, inquiry closing, product sales, cancellation reduction scripts ever used in health business. There's a selection of our most effective front desk checklists. So guaranteed to get your front desk team members effective quickly. There's a PDF of the PowerPoint slides from the live presentations. There's written transcripts and MP3s of the lectures. There's a great 3-step bad debt ladder. There's a debtor's card. There's a mystery shopper's checklist. There's patient follow-up phone call scripts, stock replenishment systems, comprehensive staff appraisal protocols, a detailed admin diagnostic. So the resources on the data disk alone are worth many times the cost of the program. Mark and I just pulled all of the different resources we've used in our practices over 50 years that helped front desk, and we put them on the data disk. And as you'll find, it's too slow to do this on your own, and you're so time poor you'll probably never get it done. Just get the pack and use our systems. So the ultimate front desk training system, ready to put into your business now. I'm a big fan of spending money to save time, and the hard work's already done for you. 50 years of trial and error work on the program. So take the pain and hassle out of your admin team training and let our done-for-you training do it for you. Imagine how free you'll feel knowing that all you need to do is copy the fill-in-the-blanks manual, give the DVD-CD pack to the admin team member, and they bring it back to you when it's done. Now, what have other professionals said about the ultimate front desk training system? Got it and watched it. I think it's great. I'm hooked. A must for all health businesses. That's from Elizabeth, a podiatry owner. Your front desk can make or break your business success. This course is essential for all front desk staff and clinicians. Great course, highly recommended. What about this one? Brilliant. This will add thousands and thousands to our bottom line. From Ian, a chiropractor. Sensational. If you have admin staff, this program is exactly what you need. From a podiatry business owner. Now, this from some practice managers. Any person in an admin role in a health business will benefit massively from this program. This one, I found the course very helpful in regarding to creating systems and increasing the productivity and efficiency of our admin team, which will greatly increase the profitability of the business. Again, practice managers very supportive of the program. More feedback, absolutely fabulous. Now, you can read more feedback there. Invaluable information. Do yourself a favour and buy the package. So how much value is in the program? Well, if you were to have Mark and I present this event as a live seminar to you and your team, excluding travel and expenses, you'd be up for at least $20,000. Now, that being said, this live event that Mark and I did to record the program was actually a one-off event, and we're not planning on repeating it. So that's assuming you could even get us there anyway. So allow 20 grand for that, excluding travel and expenses. The training manual and the data disk, if you were to do it yourself, it would take you over 24 months. So allow 20 grand of your time for that. Now, I wasn't treating patients, and this program took me 12 months to put together, and Mark's took him years. So it's, again, 50 years of trial and error. What about your time in future team training? Now largely done for you by the DVDs and CDs. Now conservatively 50 grand. So that's over $90,000 worth of value just in the program. That's being conservative. And that doesn't even include the admin scripts, checklists, templates, protocols and documents. Now the front desk training system, it's ready to put into your business now. It's only $15.97 Australian dollars for the 3 payment option. So it's $5.97 now, then $500 in 30 days and $500 in 60 days. That's Australian dollars, by the way. Or a full price option, only $1497, save an extra $100 plus $30 postage and handling. Now that's equivalent to an extra 15 to 20 consults, depending on how much you're charging, but 15 to 20 consults. Now the front desk cancellation script or the product sales section will create these extra consults for you in a matter of weeks. Not even allowing for the time you save for years to come by using the training program for all future admin team members. The return on investment is incredible, so no wonder we're already looking at increasing the price of this great training program. Now I promised you a special bonus for watching the webinar to the end. If you order the Ultimate Front Desk Training System, you can save an extra $200 off the list price by entering the coupon code WEBINAR when you place your order. So WEBINAR when you place your order. But you can only get the special webinar viewers price if you order within the next 48 hours. So to claim the $200 saving, enter the coupon code WEBINAR when you place your order. Our system tracks your viewing date and time, so this offer is strictly available for the next 48 hours only. The coupon code will not work after the 48-hour window has passed. Now, like all of our products, this comes with a 100% money-back guarantee. So if you get the front desk training system, it doesn't immediately increase your business success, your admin team compliance, and save you hours of time and team training, then send it back for full refund, no risk to you. And if you have any problems with it, simply contact our office and we'll make it right. So go to healthbusinessprofits.com/msupport or email admin@healthbusinessprofits.com. So some general comments. To run the program, all you need to do is print the fill-in-the-blanks manual from the data disk, give the admin team the DVD-CD package, then get them to bring back the completed manual. So you can also do it in group training. You might get all your admin team together and put the video on and get them all their manuals and print it up from there. Now you may be thinking, well, Paul's Australian and this won't work for me. We've sold this pack internationally already. And it's not just physios that are involved here. Every health business will benefit from it around the world. So all admin teams are the same in all health fields. They need to be trained in communication skills, rapport building, cancellation policy, product sales, marketing. Regardless of the profession, they're all the same. You may be thinking, well, look, I'll just do it myself. I'll do my own training program. Now, I can tell you from experience, that's the slow way to do it, and you may never get it done. You might be thinking, oh, that's too expensive. Look, one new script will pay for the pack in a matter of weeks. Just getting your admin team to appreciate their role in sales and marketing will pay for it in a matter of weeks. 15 to 20 consults, again, a couple of script changes, and you've got your money back straight away. Remember, when you use this training system, you can use it for all current and future admin team members. So no more painful inductions and wasted time on team members who end up staying only a few weeks, months, or days. I have clients who send this pack to their new admin team member before they even arrive on the first day of the job. They have to bring the completed manual in on their first day. It's a powerful message to the new team member about how important their position is and to the level of training and support you provide to them as an employer. It's a great way to establish yourself as a preferred employer in your area. And I wish I had this system when I started my health businesses 20 years ago. It would have made and saved me hundreds of thousands of dollars in lost income. So how to order? Click on the Add to Cart button at the bottom of the screen now, or if for some reason that didn't pop up, just go to healthbusinessprofits.com/front desk. That's healthbusinessprofits.com/front desk. Now remember, enter the coupon code WEBINAR to save $200 off the regular price. But that webinar coupon code is only available for the next 48 hours. So order now by clicking on the Add to Cart button. So the Ultimate Front Desk Training System, it's ready to put into your business now. It's only $15.97 Australian dollars for the 3-payment option. So it's $5.97 now, then $500 in 30 days and $500 in 60 days. Or full payment option, only $1497. Save an extra $100 plus $30 postage and handling. That's 15 to 20 consults only. Remember, you save an extra $200 by entering the coupon code WEBINAR when you order. So click on the button below or go to healthbusinessprofits.com/front desk. Well, thanks for watching the webinar, and a special thanks for those who've taken action and ordered the Ultimate Front Desk Training System. We'll get those packs out to you as soon as possible so you can start increasing your profits right now. As I said, successful people spend money to save time. I had a chiropractor in a recent Canadian seminar. He said, Paul, I only need one new client to pay for this, and my current front desk training is basic and non-structured, so the package is a no-brainer, especially as I can use it over and over again for future admin team members. So don't spend years of your life struggling to find the best systems. Take action today, click on the Add to Cart button, get the front desk system, or go to healthbusinessprofits.com/front desk and use that webinar code. So thanks for watching the webinar, and a special thanks for those who've already taken up the offer and ordered the pack. We'll get those out to you as soon as we can. Good luck in your health business.